What's up? What's up? What is up? Happy Halloween to everybody. I hope you guys are having a good one. I hope you guys are making money work for you today. I hope you guys are having a productive day. It is 10:15 on the dot. I scheduled it for 10:15 because again, I was a bit busy, but nevertheless, guys, let's hop into this video. If you guys don't know, it is Halloween. That is why I have this mask on. But I should probably be taking it off in a little bit because I don't feel right. I don't know how we wore these costumes as kids. But anyway, guys, what is up? Let's be serious. Let's actually start to talk about fear. Okay, that's going to be the topic for today. Fear, right? Why are you scared to start your business? Why are you scared to believe in yourself? Why? Like, what is the point? And I think a lot of us, we fail to understand and realize that we're scared because we are doing things that we are not used to, right? Like we're doing things that we are told that we shouldn't or couldn't, or it's impossible or it's hard to achieve. Ain't nothing hard to achieve about making money. It's easy to make money. Making money is easy. All right. I think that we got to start accepting that making money is easy. It's not hard. You just have to be able to understand what you're capable of and also what you are ready to deal with, handle, and what you are going to put and insert yourself into. Now, what I mean by that is this, right? Like, I'm scared to start my business. Number one, if you're scared to start your business, that is exactly what everybody out there, I'm talking about the higher ups, that's what they want. They want you to be scared. They want you to be scared. They want you to not know exactly what the outcome is. They want to push it, the agenda of, oh, it's hard to make X amount of dollars in an hour. Now, I feel sad for everybody that's making $18 an hour, $15 an hour, $12 an hour, $9 an hour. I feel sad. Right. Because it doesn't take that long of a time to make that money. Prime example, right? I get about 5 book calls a day. Like that's like my average, like my slowest day, 5 book calls. Each book call, I charge $75. Why are you working for $18 an hour? But let me tell you how they try to finesse us, right? So what they do is they say, all right, we're going to start you off at $10 an hour, $7 an hour, like your first job. And then as you get better jobs, you start to increase in your pay. And then you start thinking that the hourly rate or even the salary is a real good kicker. Because when you start actually looking at all of the money that you're losing, you get paid $50K a year, you're only really getting paid 35. You know what I mean? And it sucks, right? But I'm not here to bash jobs. We're not here to talk about that. We're really here to talk about how to eliminate the fear. How I eliminated the fear, what my perspective is on it. And when it comes to starting a business, I want you to know you're always going to be scared. Every time I do a phone flip, every time I do a phone sale, every time I wake up, I'm scared. Being an entrepreneur, I think that you are constantly living in fear and also in survival. I think that is a trend that we go through because fear, it keeps you going, it keeps you running, right? And I think that's the perfect thing for Halloween is fear, right? Because when you're scared of something or scared, it's usually because of a outcome or a threat. What is the threat that we wake up every single day facing? Being broke, right? Or losing our car, losing our house, right? Like, think about it. You have to buy things, and then not only do you have to buy them, you have to maintain them. So yeah, you can get you a nice Doberman. You can get you a nice house. You can get you a nice car. You can get you a nice anything nice. You can get a nice bed. But that bed, that car, that dog, you still got to maintain it. So you still got to make money. So the way the world works is you can buy things with your money, but you also have to make more money to be able to maintain it. And that creates that fear. A lot of people don't know when you wake up and you have a fear of achieving something or a fear of, oh, I might get fired today, or a fear of, oh, I don't know if I'll make money with my business today. It is normal. We have to normalize that fear and understand that the fact that you're scared of starting a business just shows you that you're human. It's not anything uncommon. Being scared to start your business is not uncommon. Not acting on it is not uncommon. That's why a lot of people, they don't have successful businesses because they don't act on it. They allow that fear to make them feel like they are inadequate or they cannot achieve. But that is not true. Just because you're scared to start that thought, just because you're scared to go ahead and take that risk, just because you're scared to go and start that business, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should not. We got to stop running away from fear and run towards it, because if we do have fear, right, that means that we're running towards something that is potentially great. And let me explain, right? If you are waking up and you're not scared of nothing, you have a fucking problem. Because it takes a very boring, doing the minimum type of lifestyle to wake up every single day and not have any fear, not have any worry. What the heck are you doing with your life? Because, my perspective is that fear is what keeps us going. It's what keeps us waking up and keeps us going harder, right? If I didn't have fear, I wouldn't work as hard. If I wasn't scared of what the outcome would be, I would not be going so hard for myself. Every day we wake up, every day we walk outside the house, we have a fear. So it's like, why do we push out these rhetoric? Well, no, not even us. Why do we let other people finesse us into thinking that we cannot do just because we have a fear? If you want to start your phone flipping business, start it. Fuck that fear. If you want to start your reselling business, start it. Fuck that fear. Now, with phone flipping, you have a high chance of failing. With product reselling, you have a high chance of failing if you don't start. But when you start phone flipping, when you start reselling, when you start any business, I'm gonna tell you something. If you do not have a fear, you're not in the right industry. If it's not like, damn, I don't know if this will work, you're not in the right industry. You're not doing the right thing. If you are living life not fearing the outcome of something, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Every day I wake up, I am scared out of my motherfucking mind. Every day I wake up, because I don't know what the outcome is going to be. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not knowing what the outcome would be. And I think that's why some of us, we settle for jobs, is because we have enough fear in our regular lives. Now, that is what I do sympathize with people, because I don't think everybody's an entrepreneur, and I don't think everybody's meant to own their own business. And that's okay. Right. But for those that think and feel like they are, let me ask you something. Did you ever go on TV and you watch a commercial and you're like, yo, that was my idea? I had that idea. You ever do that? I did, right? And it's crazy because in that moment, when you came up with that feeling of I had that idea, you are literally showing yourself that you have the potential, but you just don't have the execution. I was sitting down and had lunch with a millionaire. And this guy, he lived in New York. And he was like giving me a whole speech on how broke people drive Ferraris and all this other stuff. But one thing he said that was really, really, really informative, and also it changed my perspective, is this millionaire, he was dressed in some nice ass clothes. Okay. He was bragging, he was really cocky, right? But one thing he said to me is, he said, yo, you want to know why I'm where I'm at? And I said, why? He said, because every single day I wake up scared. He's like, I am scared shitless, Brandon. He said, the more money you make, the more money you have to spend. And the more money you spend, the more you have to maintain. And the more you have to maintain, more people see you. And the more people that see you, the more pressure. And he said, that is what keeps me going. Now, this guy works over 80 hours a week. And this guy is somebody that I think he is, I don't fuck with him anymore. I really don't like him anymore because of his him as a human being, but his work and his business is very, very it's in a good position. It's thriving. And I think when I see people like managers, prime example, you'll go to your job and you'll see your manager. Your manager's working so hard, right? And they feel like they are, and I'm talking about some managers. I don't want to put everybody in a box, but some managers, they feel like they can put power over other people because they're in that position that they were given, right? Those managers usually stay in manager positions because they're scared of failing. They don't want to get to the next level. Because I think that a lot of us don't understand what it takes to get to the next level. One time I was on the phone with my friend and he was telling me how he wanted to start a business. And I said, yo, bro, the reason why you've been telling me that every single year and never do shit is because you're scared of what is going to happen when you start it. How many people realize that being successful is the scariest shit ever? Let me explain to you. So let's say hypothetically you start a business and you become ultra successful. Do you know how fucking scared you're going to be? Because one, you're going to have money that you've never had ever in your life before. Two, you're going to have people actually sitting there looking and observing you. Do you know how it feels to have eyes on you all the time, every single step that you make? And when you mess up, it is highlighted. When you mess up now, since you're this successful person, now when you mess up, even when you're successful privately, I'm talking about with your family. It doesn't even have to be on the internet. Now when you mess up, it's highlighted. And then you don't even want to start talking about the people that you actually got to please and the people you got to take care of now. But not even just that. When you become successful, that means you have other people, whether it's a service you're providing or maybe you are an entertainer, whatever you're doing, you have people that depend on you. And if you do not show up and you do not provide whatever service or whatever they are expecting of you, you get down on yourself and you can lose them with the snap of a finger. Being successful is what scares people. People think starting scares people. No, starting is just you getting up off your ass and stop being a little bitch and starting. That's what it is. That's what it is. Starting is just stop being scared to get uncomfortable. But being successful is you being scared to be less than what you've shown yourself to be or what you make it seem like you are. When I first started my first business and my first store, I remember standing in my store, watching people move and employees doing what they had to do, ring out customers and etc. Right? I'm watching these people do all of these things that I put in place, and I was scared shitless because I was like, well, dang, like that person relies on me for money to put food on the table for their family. That's deep. Because what happens if something happens to me? What happens if I get locked up? What happens if I make the wrong business decision and now all of my stuff is taken? What happens? And I think that's where I can lose. I can fail, which in return makes me nervous and makes me scared. So every single day, I got to push harder and harder. But see, here's the thing. If I go and try to be more successful, if I try to put out more videos or I try to impress more people, what happens if they don't view it? What happens if they don't receive it? What happens if I'm not relatable? And see, that's why we have to understand. We got to get comfortable with being scared. We have to. So this is my message to anybody out there that's looking, thinking, trying to figure shit out, which is a lot of us. But to the person that's out there trying to figure stuff out, but you like, yo, I really don't know if this is something I want to do. Or, oh, I don't know if this is for me. Or maybe you just scared. I don't want to put my money in that thing. You're never, ever going to know what happens if you don't do something. You're going to stay in this position. Ain't nobody going to save you. That promotion at your job that you're trying to wait for, that shit ain't going to change your life. But I'm going to tell you something, going down a whole different path or taking a step towards a whole different journey, it could be way more beneficial than you think. And let's think about this. What's the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is us failing, right? But like if you fail, what's worse after that? Like what could happen? What can happen if you fail a business that you're trying to achieve or start? You want to start that clothing brand? I'm highly against clothing brands. But if you're trying to start a clothing brand, what happens? What happens if nobody buys the shirts? Then you just have that inventory, right? Okay. Do you learn? Oh, clothing brands, they're not really good for me. Nobody likes my design because my design sucks. Let me go back to the drawing board and redo it. What happens if you try to start a blog? Oh, nobody's reading my blog. Well, maybe it's because my blog style isn't resonating with other people. That shows me I need to do a different approach. Or maybe I want to start an electronic business. So I want to start a reselling business, but nobody wants to buy my products. I want to start a hair care business, but nobody, like, once you start to understand what other people think of you. And when you see what other people think of your service, you can then alter it to make it better. But if you never started in the first place, you're always going to have that thought, oh, what if I started that brand? What if I actually sat there and did this and did that? But it's like, what the fuck is a what if going to do? Is that going to create generational wealth? Is that going to help you? Now, I talked to a bunch of students that they wonder and they hope and they pray and they're like, oh my God, I want to start flipping phones. But they never flip a phone. They'll watch every video. They'll watch every phone flipping video that I got. They'll go and subscribe to my YouTube. They'll sign up for my classes. They'll go to my courses. I'll see them everywhere. And I always ask them, I say, yo, what's up? Have you started? No, no, no. You know, I don't have enough people in my area. No, no, no. I don't have enough money. No, no, no. My wife won't like if I start this. And I think to myself, no, you're just scared and you're making excuses and you're thinking that you can hide behind them. But somebody that was once in your position that did the same exact thing, they can read straight through it. And I know a coward when I see one because I was one. Say it again. I know a coward when I see one because I was one. I was a coward. I was somebody that was scared to start. I was somebody that was scared. If you believe this or not, like I was definitely a coward. I was scared to even get on camera. I would have never thought that I would be on camera, but I did. I got on camera and I was able to build. I was able to grow. Short story before I get off is I was never supposed to teach people how to make money online. I was supposed to be just making money online. I was never supposed to teach people how to flip phones. I was only doing this to help my employees. What I would do is my employees would get a hourly pay. But also what I would do as an incentive for my employees is I would set them up in eBay and then set them up in Mercari. And my employees would be in my stores selling products on their Mercari and eBays while also getting paid. And that was just something that I wanted to do. I thought showing them how to do that would be awesome, right? So I would teach my employees this. I would teach them how to phone flip too. And then I would always have employees say, yo, you should teach this for a living. You should be teaching people this. You should be, I just made $300 today. You should be showing people how to make money online. I was like, nah, I'm good. I had a bad little stint online, like where, I was online with my girlfriend and we created a couples channel and I just didn't want to go back into that. So for years I said, nah, I'm good. But in the back of my head, I wanted to do it. In the back of my head, I really wanted to start showing people how to make money and being able to actually use my brain, what I have here, the experiences that the experiences that I have, but also the expertise, the pain, the hardships, the frustration, the depression. I wanted to be able to share it with people because I think that once you can live through someone else's past, you can avoid it in your future. So I wanted to do it, but I was scared. Why was I scared? I was scared because I thought people would judge me. I thought people would judge me and I thought I was ugly. I thought I wasn't smart. I thought I just didn't have it. And that's why I was scared to create content and show people how to make money online. I was terrified. But then one day, it was this guy that came into my store and he said, yo, you should teach people how to flip phones online because it's a thing. And I was like, it's a thing. He's like, yeah, search it up. I searched it up and I saw all these bum, big back, fake phone flipping scammers. And I did my first video in my store. And that's where it all took off. And I tell you that story because you see how I'm consistent with creating content now. I tell you that story because it's not really about whatever you think you're scared of. It's really about the fact that you think that you can dictate an outcome. You can't dictate any outcome. There's no outcome that you can dictate. You can't dictate what is going to happen to you when you start your business. I'm going to tell you something. My first business failed miserably. I made no money. I spent a bunch of time. See, this is where people get messed up. They think that if I put in this amount of time, I'm going to get a result. Not true. You can put in weeks on weeks on weeks into a business and not make a dime ever. So let's get this little notion that hard work pays off. It doesn't. Hard work does not make you any money. I can work my behind off trying to sell this Apple Watch or this clone of an Apple Watch, right? I can work my butt off. But if this watch is not good, if it doesn't work, if it doesn't act as an Apple clone or whatever, right? Nobody's going to buy it. No matter how many flyers or videos I make, it will not sell. And this is a prime point of if you're somebody out there that's thinking, hey, instead of starting my business, I'm going to draw up a business plan. I'm going to do the logo. I'm going to do this. But you're that type of person that never actually goes out and does what service or what you need to do to actually be able to cater to consumers. You're lying to yourself and you're going to be a walking contradiction and excuse. It is time for us to stop being scared of being scared. Wake up, put your drawers on, put your socks on, put your pants on, put your shirt on, brush your teeth, of course, get in the shower. But I want you to do all of that, but I want you to embrace the fact that you're scared. A lot of us are scared because we don't even know what the hell we're doing in life. We don't know what life has for us. And the reason you don't know what life has for you because you ain't out there doing enough. You ain't risking enough. Man, I wake up every motherfucking day risking every single thing I got, no matter what. I don't care what I lose. Because if I lose something, it wasn't meant for me. Yeah, that cool little cliche. But also, if I lose something, I also understand that I know how to get it back because I had it before, right? But it's way more lessons in failure than it is in success. That's why when somebody is ultra successful consistently and they get being given handouts and shit, right? You're successful. They don't know what to do when they fail. They don't know what to do when they fail. I had a business guy. This guy inherited a business from his father. He was great, right? It was a landscaping business. But then it became wintertime and he spent all his bread that he made during the summer. So he was asking me, he's like, yo, what should I do? Like, can I make some products? Can I sell products? I'm like, bro, you can do whatever you want. This guy was panicking. He was panicking. His father died. He took over the business. He was splurging, acting like he was cool, going to every pool party with Burberry swim trunks and going on vacations and stuff. The winter came. His money dried up. He couldn't pay his car note. He didn't know what to do. He was panicking because he was so used to succeeding. But I'm going to tell you something. Get your ass out there. Start that shit you want to start. Believe in yourself more than you believe in the next breath you finna take. And I want you to go ahead and fail. Stop being scared. Go out there and fail. Because when you go out there and you fail, you're going to learn other things that people that are scared don't know. The people that are sitting there waiting to start that brand, they are not going to know the things that you know. They're not. They're not going to know, oh shit. Okay, if I have an eBay account and I list replicas as real Apple, they're going to ban me. But if I go and I prime my account first and list smaller items first, they won't ban me. They ain't gonna know that because they ain't never listed any replicas in the first place because they were scared. They ain't gonna know, oh snap. Okay, I got this Apple Watch, I keep saying Apple. I got this watch clone, this Apple Watch clone, and I got screen protectors. Okay, well, if they're not selling online, I can go and I can rent a spot at a flea market or a pop-up shop at the mall and I can make money. They're not going to know because they ain't never get out the crib to sell it. So it's like, if you are somebody out there that's looking to be successful, you have to bet on yourself. And most importantly, you got to fail. You have to fail. You have to stop being scared and you have to fail. I challenge you all to go out and I challenge you to fail. Expeditiously fail. Fail harder than you've ever failed before. And also, when you fail, I would tell you this, it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing when you fail. It hits so different when your family sees you just fail. Because then you got to deal with I told you so's and, oh, you better go get a job, sweetie. Or, oh my God, I'll tell y'all this, man. It hit so hard when you fail. I know one time I got in an argument with my girlfriend, right, at the time. And I told her, I was like, yeah, I wasn't picking up your phone calls because I was building my store. And I remember what she said to me. She said, well, what do you have to show for it right now? I lost the store. So when I told her, I wasn't talking to her because I was building my store up. And then she said, well, what do you have to show for it? I didn't have anything to show for it. At the time, that's what I thought, right? Until I realized it's not what I can show, it's what I've learned and can implement and execute. What did I learn to execute from that? Oh, I learned that I need to make sure my profit margins are between 40 and 65%. I learned that I need to make sure that I location scout better. I learned that I have to make sure that I can cater to my demographic. I learned that I need to make sure I have impulse buys. I learned that I need to make sure my POS system is integrated to the point to where I don't have to do certain back office operations. I learned that I need to make sure I W-2 each employee. I learned a bunch of things. But she couldn't see that. And it's embarrassing when somebody can't see your vision. That's embarrassing. Because all of us want them to see us, right? We want people to see us be successful. But I think what drives success is when you fail so much publicly. Because the best success is the private success. The best success is when you're successful in private. Because it's less pressure, but also you can do and continue to maintain your habits without any distractions. If people knew that you had 30K sitting in the bank, people are going to start asking you for shit, right? But if they knew you, if they felt like, oh, well, he's just getting by and he's just trying to survive, but you really got 30K in the bank, you can keep trying to survive without having them bother you. Oh, bro, you making bread, bro. Like, show me how to make bread, bro. Like, what's up? Put me on, broski. Put me on, bro. How you my bro and you ain't never give me a dime? How you my bro and you ain't never show me that? Avoid that. I want y'all to fail in public and execute in private. What ends up happening is you start exuding and attracting people that are on the same type time and same wave you are. All right, guys. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, man, stop being scared to fail. Fail. I'm telling you, failure. I think failure is exactly what you need when you are scared to start your business. Is you need to keep failing because then that fear starts to go away. When you are thinking about product reselling or phone flipping, the only reason why you're not doing it is because you think that either your money is going to go down the drain or you're thinking that you ain't going to be able to be capable of doing what is required to start that business. But the problem is both of those things start with think. You're going to think you're not going to make money and the money's going to go down the drain. You're going to think that you're not capable. But I'd rather you, instead of think, how about we know? How about you actually do it? How about you stop sitting with money in your bank account, just sitting there? That's the dumbest thing somebody could do, is save their money in their bank account just to pay bills. That's so fucking stupid. That's stupid as fuck. Like, let's think about it. You got bread. Let's just say you got $500 in your bank account. That ain't enough money, right? But you just gonna let that 500 just sit in your bank account? That's not stupid. That's not Ignorant? Why would you not flip your money? Why would you not put your money into something else? There's no reason for anybody to save money. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I learned this at the age of 23. I had two stores and they were both generating me really good money. But I was getting so much money because this happens when you start making bread, when you start making money, you don't want to let it go. Like people think when you start making money, you be trying to spend it. No, when you see your first 30K, when I had my first 30K, I took it out the bank and then I put it in my closet. And I would literally never want to touch it. And that was all my money. But it's like in my closet, what was the bread doing? I wasn't making that 30K any more money. Money is not meant to be saved. People are telling you a lie. People tell you to save your money so you can be broke. If you save your rent money right now, right? If you, let's say your rent is $1,500, you save the $1,500 all month. Let's say you started with the $1,500 on the first and then you saved it to the 30th. What happens with the 15th? Nothing, right? It just stays there. It just goes on the 30th to somebody else. But the person that it goes to, correct me if I'm wrong, whether it's an apartment or a regular house that you're renting, that person, they invested money into that house and they're never getting a return from you, the person that saved their money. So the person that actually spent their money, put their money out there, invested bread, is getting their return on their money plus profit while you are sitting inside that place saving your money to pay them. Broke people teach people how to stay broke. And that's what I had to learn. I learned this from a Chinese guy that was renting me out a store. Chinese guy came to me and said, "Hey, Brandon, why you paint your wall black?" So I painted my wall black because I had a chalkboard wall in my store where I was just writing like positive stuff and da da da. He was like, "Why you paint your wall black?" I was like, because it's a chalkboard wall and that paint was expensive, right? So I was like, "Why boy hating on my wall? Like I didn't spend the big a good part of my budget on the wall now." He was like, in China, we don't do that. We don't paint our wall black because it's bad luck. And then he said, "Let me ask you something. You save money?" I said, "Yeah, I save my money, man. I got a savings account. I save my bread." He said, "You save money, it make you no money. You learn 10." He was like, "You learn 10 money commandments." And there are 10 money commandments. Money is a living, breathing organism. That's how you have to act. Do you wake up every day and not feed your pet? Do you wake up every day and not feed yourself? How the hell are you going to grow? Did your parents not feed you? Why are you not feeding your money? Why are you not giving your money out to make you more money? Why are you not sending your bread out to make you more money back? And sometimes the bread won't come back. And that's okay because that means, oh, I got to stop investing in that. But I'm going to invest in something else. So the people out there that is saving, yes, I have a savings account, and every time I get paid, I put $50 in my savings account, and I'm just saving for a car. I'm saving for this. So let me get this straight. You're saving for that. So you're putting $50. Okay. So do you mean to tell me that you're just putting your money into something to buy something that somebody else invested in to get a return? So you just don't want a return on your money. You just want to save your money. So you're getting paid by somebody and they're telling you to save your money. You saving your money and you just going to keep recycling the same process and thinking your life is going to change. No, your life not going to change because in your bank account, yeah, I make $4,000 a month. Great. You're gonna make $4,000 next month too, and then a month after that, and the month after that. Doesn't something have to change? Now, I'm not talking to the people that want to stay stagnant and live regular and just be boring and have no life and just want to be. I don't even know. I don't even know a nice way to say it. But I'm not talking to y'all, the people that just want to be regular. No, I'm talking to people that want to grow and build and be 1% better every single day. I'm talking to you. If you're somebody out there that wants to be 1% better every single day, but you don't move or invest $1 into the goal or dream you have, you're lying to yourself. You are a regular person and you belong in a regular category. Stop saying that you want to make money and you want to build and think that shit gonna come out of the thin air. I learned this young. Money doesn't come from no, it take money to make money. I used to think I could finesse the system. Like, yeah, listen, man, I'm gonna make some bread without spending some bread. And when I did make some bread without spending some bread, I didn't appreciate the money. So it's important, guys. Don't save your bread. I'm telling you right now, do not save your money. Spend your money. I might have a whole thing on that because that's so deep. It's not even funny. But all right, I'm about to get off. I will see you guys later. I appreciate you guys. You know, I love you like a fat kid love cake. And I'll see you guys next. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. So I'll be back here tomorrow. Make sure you guys be here. If you're watching this later, pull up in the morning times, man. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll be on. And yeah, we're gonna be talking about this money, talking about my perspective and my opinion on things, and hopefully I can help you guys out. All right, peace. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys at the top because it's too crowded at the bottom.